Chef. So, first of all, happy Nightmare Nights. And this is the video from Paper Ponies. So, you have lots and lots of fun. So, if you really want to see another video, because you already watched this, so links are down below. We have Screwball, we have Snowflake IRL, we have Slinger, and we have my dear friend, Private Tinker. Also, my videos are down here. And if I am uploading this video a little bit late, you know, it's been quite a busy month for me. Well, basically all for us, we have Nightmare Nights and all this super awesome cons coming on. So I really do apologize for that. So have fun and...
So recording video. These are my feet.
Don't video me yet. I'm getting all of the stuff.
Oh, I'm videoing you.
No, stop.
Shadow box frames. Find those in our kitchen. And there's Amber.
Stop.
She's cooking.
No, I'm not.
Well, actually, we're not cooking yet. But the Brony Chef did give us some really tasty looking recipes. So we are going to be making some pulled apple pork sandwich recipe inspired by Mistress Marvelous. It involves pulled pork, a bunch of spices I've never heard of,
And sugar.
and sugar,
Let's not forget that.
and apples.
Apples?
Which we forgot, by the way, so we're going to be finishing this tomorrow. But we'll at least get it started.
It's late tonight.
It is late.
Don't lie to the people.
It is currently about 1 a.m. We just got home from work, and we are going to be cooking some delicious pulled pork.
We can't use any of this.
We're not going to be able to do this in one continuous cut, so we'll be jumping around.
You want to start?
Ooh, we're starting.
Okay, so it says we have to mix all of the dry ingredients into a bowl so that we can tenderize our meat. So first up is the ground coffee. It smells delicious. And we do 1 teaspoon of this. So there's my teaspoon. And then we've got 5 teaspoons of the meat tenderizer. And that comes in this little bottle here. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. It's like paper, so we are good with that. I'm just going to pop the top. And it smells a little weird. Doesn't smell as good as the coffee, I got to admit. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 teaspoons of meat tenderizer. Just going to put the top back on this because knowing us, it will explode everywhere if we don't. Now we've got 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So that pops, so we're good there. Ow. That was my nail. This is also my nail. Having technical difficulties.
Herpy derpy herpy derpy doo, badoo, a herpy derpy derpy derpadoo, badoo.
Yes,
Okay.
we are back.
Alright. We were having some technical difficulties, but that's all over now. No more of that. Alright, so we got 1 teaspoon, this is real easy, of black pepper. So I'm going to throw that in the mixture. We have a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, which is over here. Did you get the cumin? Oh, Brian fail.
Kiki is helping.
She always helps.
She helps a lot.
Okay, so we're going to do the anise seeds now. And
Okay, back to the cooking.
we have to do, ooh, it smells weird. We have to do, we have to do 1/4 teaspoon. So I'm going to be a little, you know, crafty. That looks about 1/4, right?
Close enough.
Bam, 1/4. It's an exact term. Now we need the star of anise, because, you know, we all gotta be stars.
I may have been recording this upside down for a few seconds, so My apologies if I'm making anybody sick.
Lame. It's not paper. How do I use it? Okay, so we've got a teaspoon of these. I'm guessing that's a half? Does that look like a half?
Sounds right.
I wonder if we're supposed to grind it. It doesn't say, so I'm going to say no. You know what? One more. Because we're 2 stars here. 2 stars. You know what I think you did, actually? I think you grabbed nutmeg when you meant to grab cumin.
I think so. That is not cumin. That does say nutmeg.
Guys, I just want you to know that nutmeg is not cumin. This has been a broadcast to you. We did warn the Brony Chef that we don't cook a lot. I've got like 3 staples that we use intermittently. So, you know, technical difficulties. Back to the show. 2 teaspoons of raw sugar.
I've never seen these colors of paper before.
Un. Dos. But we like it a little sweet in here. So we're going to double that. Shh.
Tell no one.
We didn't mess up your recipe, we swear. We're enhancing it. Okay. So now we mix them together with a balloon whisk. I knew about this.
It's a whisk.
I know. We has one, I know.
Stand by.
Voila, found balloon whisk.
It didn't take us 10 minutes to find it.
So I'm whisking that I whisked a little better. I have this like peppery,
Sugary,
mess.
tenderizery.
Magic. Whatever you prefer. Alright, I like this part. It tells me that we are going to add all 1 pint of the beer.
I don't know if that's 1 pint. Let's see. Hold on.
Are you sure?
See, I found some Heineken here.
Yeah, because it says we can replace it.
Because that was our reasonable substitute.
You know, I kind of wonder. It says 1 pint.
Contains 1 pint.
And I kind of wonder, I gotta admit, if we should have replaced this with apple cider, because it seems a little bit more appropriate. That's neither here nor there. So it says add all of the beer, and I'm whisking away.
Everybody knows the cider was really beer anyway.
Oh. I bet you wish you were here right now. This is a weird smell.
So who wants Amber to drink this whole thing?
Nobody. This is not an interactive show, sir.
I can hear everybody shouting,
No,
Me.
no, no, no.
I would pay to see this.
50 milliliter of water.
Okay.
Brian.
I don't understand metrics.
We are stupid Americans.
Stand by. So it turns out that measuring cups have 2 sides to them.
Who knew?
Yeah. One says cups, and the other has these weird
Weeds.
ML things on it.
So I got 50 here. It's a very small amount. Throw that in there. Alright. So we have done this part, and now Brian's going to take over and cut him some meat. Alright, and we're back.
So the recipe calls for 250 grams of raw pork leg meat, not chopped. 1 piece of meat of 250 grams. Now I was pretending earlier today that I knew exactly what 250 grams of meat was, but I really didn't, but Google knows. And it turns out it is half a pound. Now this package is a total of 2.67 pounds. It's quite a bit more meat than the recipe calls for, so I'm going to go ahead and trim some of this off if I can figure out this little fishnet thing.
Wasn't he good at the fishnet thing?
So good.
You're so good at it. That looks like intense. Does it cut like paper?
It does not cut like paper.
Alright guys, it doesn't cut like paper. I'm sorry. Oh.
I'm doing this so skillfully and making it look so easy, but I assure you it's not.
Okay. Nobody believes you. He just threw that on the floor, guys. This is awkward.
Didn't happen.
He's back.
So this looks to be about half a pound.
I would do
And
a little
it
more.
looks like
Let's double it.
we are being told to...
Cube it.
Well, we're not cubing it, but we're just going to be cutting it kind of like a little crisscross pattern. Although it doesn't look like it's being cut all the way through.
Right.
I imagine this is so it soaks up the...
Juices. And let me just tell you, when the Brony Chef sent it to us, he said, we hold in our hands the most delicious sandwich recipe he has ever created. So...
Which really sucks because we are going to screw it up so badly.
Yeah, we're sorry.
So, just fair warning.
I mean, we're going to enjoy it. You guys will get to watch us take the first bite. And we'll be like, it's so good. And this is no comment on his cooking. It's a comment on ours.
Okay, so.
It's nice and cute.
That seems to be about nice and squarey.
I like it. Go ahead and slip that in the mixture there.
Let's do it.
It's
down the hatch.
It's down the hatched. Now, I think we're going to add one more thing in there. Let's do a little bit more so we can, like, do a double recipe.
Sure.
Because we're, like, this is why we're not going to do it right. This is why it's going to be bad. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it because you've seen us do this. But we're going to be letting this marinade in its juices for, it says 2 hours. We're going to be doing it all night because, you know, we got to sleep. So when we come back, we'll be in different clothes, different day, hungrier stomachs. All right. See, told you we'd be back the next day and we're all differentified. So we're going to go ahead and get this, which has been marinating overnight. Very chilly. And congratulations, Brony Chef. You've had us use a pressure cooker for the first time ever. We had one, surprisingly.
I think we got it as a wedding gift.
And it says that we're going to go ahead and pour this entire thing in there. Because we want, you know, all of the delicious juices. Oh. Go kerplunk.
Splat.
And let's just make sure we get
all of them delicious seasonings.
The lot of it. And I gotta say, guys, it's starting to smell delish. And it's like a blend of coffee and beer, which sounds like it'd be really bad, but it's actually like quite pleasant, isn't it?
It smells amazing.
And then
if a little uncooked.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat it yet, that's for dang sure. Then it says to add a little bit more water, so, and it just says a little bit more, so I'm gonna say, is that good? Does that look like a little bit?
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Might be a lot of it, who knows. Alright, so we're gonna pour that in. Just so that it has some stuff. So that's what it looks like in the pot.
Yums.
So we're going to put on the front. You think high, medium?
What does it say?
Put the meat along with the marinade on the pressure cooker and let it cook for 30 minutes after the vapor starts going out. So let's do medium. Medium seems legit.
It'll boil on medium.
So I'm going to go ahead and put the pressure cooker on. And that's the thing about those is now it's stuck. And we're going to let it boil. Hopefully the vapor will go out. And we will let you guys know. Hopefully next time you see us, we'll be taking it out. But let's put the timer on for 30 minutes and then we'll be back.
Yay. Hello.
Hi. So it has been 30 minutes. We might have taken a little nap.
Or not.
It smells delicious in our house.
Hard working hard the whole time.
So now we're going to try and open this beast, maybe.
Squeeze it down.
Oh, they're over here. So. What?
Do not burn self.
Well, there's...
Haha, I never thought it'd be a challenge opening this thing. Hold on. Careful.
I hope this is good.
Stand by. So, we are working on the second part of the recipe, which is to do pickled apples. So we have all of our ingredients for it. The pork is still on a little bit of a simmer. We actually took a little bit of a taste test of this earlier just to make sure it was coming out as delicious as planned, and it is quite good. Mm-hmm. So we're going to let that soak for a while we do this half of it. Mm-hmm. So the last part of this recipe involves 2 golden delicious apples, some vinegar. We also have some rosemary, some cinnamon stick, and coriander seeds. Now, it was written cilantro seeds on the recipe, but a quick Google search kept turning up coriander. So I'm going to hope that that is what is meant by those seeds. It looks good either way. It's used for pickling, so I'm pretty sure that that's the right sort of thing that we're doing. So the first step here is we're trying to core these apples. Now we don't have an actual apple corer, so
I am the apple corer.
Amber is going to use the knife.
Yeah, not effectively though. I'm actually quite worried for my fingers. As you can see, Brian has taken over coring. He'll be our coriander today. Oh, Brian. How would I track those?
Nice. This is not the sort of cutting that we are used to.
Mm-mm. It's usually a lot easier with paper than it is apples.
Look at that. Almost acceptable.
And now he's failed. You're gonna have to get that.
I will get it when the moment is right.
Brian. I'm sorry, camera. But Brian's lost all privilege. Did you get a cinnamon branch?
I did.
You did. Look at that. He got a cinnamon branch, y'all. We were a little worried about the meat, but it turns out that it's okay, guys. We tried some and everything. Just tiny piece. We don't want to ruin it. Alright, so when we get back, these are going to be nice and cut. Like magic.
So, we are working on the pickled apples.
Portion.
After we cored these, we are slicing these up as directed. And I am putting together our list of ingredients, which involves 1 cup of cider vinegar, 50 milliliters of apple vinegar, 1.5 cups of water, 1 cinnamon branch, some little rosemary fresh leaves, 1/2 cup of raw sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of anise seeds, 1 teaspoon of cilantro seeds, and 2 golden delicious apples.
Which are almost done now.
So the instructions say to bring all of these ingredients together to a boil for about 10 minutes. So we have the burner on now. It's warming up. We have our cinnamon stick along with our vinegar. And we're going to throw in some rosemary.
You took it off the burner, right? Or no?
Well, it's on the burner that's on now.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these, plop these in.
Okay. The apples.
Apples, apples, apples!
And no, they're not as beautifully sliced as the ones in the picture, mind you. We're no Brony Chef. But we try. We do what we can.
We try our best to follow instructions.
Instruction. Okay, so what do you have in there so far, babe?
So far we have the cider vinegar, apple vinegar, 1.5 cups of water, 1 cinnamon branch, and 2 golden delicious apples.
Oh.
So now we need a little rosemary.
So it smells really good, the rosemary. One little leaf.
Well, I imagine that 1 little rosemary, fresh leaves. So I imagine you're not going to throw in the whole stalk. You're probably going to pull the leaves off.
Okay, so
And throw those in.
look good.
At least I hope that's what's meant by it.
Dun dun dun. Well, we're gonna make it work.
It smells good already.
Don't you be smelling my food, Meow. Alright, so we're going to do the rosemary in here. It's got to boil, guys. Let's see, what else we need?
We need
Raw sugar.
raw sugar, 1/2 cup.
Raw sugar. Alright, handy dandy sugar. I'm good at the raw sugar part.
You need a 1/2 cup. So use the measuring cup.
Never let the measuring cup defeat you.
These metrics will not win.
And you guys should know by this point we're late. It's fair to say. He didn't buy today, so we're like doing this, guys. Okay, so here's my sugar. 1/2 cup of raw sugar. We need 2 teaspoons of salt.
Sea salt, not just regular salt.
Oh, wow.
Salt from the ocean.
Like my soul. It's not gonna work.
It's not going to work like that.
We're gonna do, you know.
Oh, so you're just going to eyeball it. Uh-huh. I like it.
That looks about right.
That looked like 2 teaspoons.
Or, you know, around. So now we need anise seeds. Did we bring those in last night?
We have the anise seeds from yesterday's
Yes.
endeavor.
The first half.
There we
go.
are.
And this is something we've never tried before, so. Okay. And we need 1 teaspoon of those. And they've got like a pretty pungent smell, the anise seeds. They're like licorice almost. Like black licorice. And you think coriander seeds for this?
Yes.
Alrighty.
And our pressure cooker here is still going nuts.
Which is a good thing.
You figure we would let it
Pressure cook. Because, you know, pressure cook.
because pressure.
And cooking. And that's always how I feel when I'm cooking.
No
Cook.
pressure.
And we're starting to hear it boil now, which is a good thing. Because this is the last of the major ingredients
It goes on the sandwich.
on the witch
And
thing.
it is intended to be much delish.
Bam.
Done. So, we should probably mix this together, you think?
Yeah, a witch's brew has always got to be mixed. I watched Harry Potter. I know how the game goes.
So we are going to stir all these here ingredients together.
Like
And we're going to let that boil for up to, what, 10 minutes?
Yep.
And we will see how that goes. It smells good already. So this is how to make the pickled apples.
Making pickled apples. And we'll be back.
So as you can see, these pickled apples are Got quite the raging boil right now, and they're turning that nice pickly color. It smells pretty awesome in here, by the way. It's a little mixture of cinnamon, apples, and this delicious pork, which we just took a couple moments to get all cut up and everything, so we figured it would soak up the juices better in the pressure cooker. We also snuck a couple tastes of it ourselves. We might be cheating a little, but it already tastes pretty amazing. So we got about 5 minutes left on the boil, and we'll be back when that's done. And the pickled apples are about finished. We got a total of 3 seconds left.
And there's that awful thing. Alright, so I'm going to take
So
them
we're gonna
off
take them
boil.
off the burner.
And I gotta say that Brony Chef is incredibly creative with his cooking.
Aw, shucks.
Who would have thought to pickle apples? I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have either.
But we are sure going to enjoy them. And let's go ahead and take this thing, which...
Push it down.
Mwaha.
Haha, see, I figured out the trick. If ever a trick existed.
There's no trick. You win or you die.
So like I mentioned earlier, we did take a couple moments off camera and cut up all the meat. Figured it would soak up better that way. Because like most of the cooking at that point had already been done. And now we have these glorious buns ready to go.
Not of steel, unfortunately.
I got the spoon with the holes in it, so you know. Yeah. Reasons.
Don't you want a little bit of the juice?
So we're probably not going to be winning any points in presentation here, but the fact is that this stuff is going to be delicious. We're going to top it with the pickled apples according to the recipe.
We're going to add some barbecue according to our stomachs.
And we may or may not add barbecue because we are crazy southern folks who enjoy their barbecue.
And how do you have a, pork sandwich without it?
Well, we're going to try it as it's written first.
Oh.
We're not going to go acting like we know better.
This kind of reminds me of the cinnamon apples. If you go to like, I don't know, Cracker Barrel.
Kind of like the apple dumpling?
No, you can get cinnamon apples there.
Oh. Well, that is most handy.
That looks legit, right? Too much?
Totally. It might be a lot of apple.
Okay.
Applejack would be ashamed to hear me say this.
It's true. I can't believe you. And Applejack.
Okay, so we had to make a quick emergency run to the computer to get all of our other footage loaded off because apparently we ran out of space. But in the meantime, Amber was nice enough to dish up my sandwich for me, complete with pickled apples, along with the pulled pork.
And we have Derpy here to help us test.
And Derpy is still asleep as always. She is no help at all.
But she wanted to taste test. She's full now.
Of course.
So let's watch Brian taking a bite.
Oh, sure. Okay.
He gets the honor of the first.
Yes. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while, actually.
Well, it's been a day project.
It has.
All right. Good luck.
Pickled apple.
Farewell. I mean, that's a big full bite. How is it?
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, so Brony Chef told us that in our hands we had the best sandwich recipe he had made. What do you think?
I think that is an accurate statement. See, like the meat is very, very tender, as promised. And we cooked it in Heineken. And the recipe called for marinating it for about 2 to 3 hours.
We did it for
However,
our night.
this thing was soaking for over 18. And these pickled apples are amazing for this. Because I'm a fan of sweet things.
Okay, so what we learned here is when the Brony Chef asks you if you want to make a recipe for him, you should always answer yes. So thank you so much for letting us do it and for watching us for a minute. And we hope that you'll try this at home. It's really pretty dang easy. If we can do it, literally anybody can.
I still don't understand where the paper comes in.
All right, guys. This is us. We're signing out. And
Gonna finish this delicious sandwich.
yeah, and, make sure you eat well. And, yeah. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.